Everyone, it's been a while since I've given you an update on what's going on at EncrypGen, and that's largely because we've been extremely busy trying to get some things in the pipeline, get some features of the product released, and dealing with everyday business. So welcome back, and thought I'd walk you through some of the developments. What you see on the website, what would you see right now on my screen is our development server for our EncrypGen business portal. This is the B2B product that we're developing in conjunction with our role as a Microsoft startup. And it's hosted on Azure. But let me explain a little bit about what it's supposed to do. So as you know, the name of the game really for us to become profitable, to continue to dominate this market in blockchain genomics, is for us to have users on the platform uploading their data and creating profiles and having that data moving through our system, because that's really what generates revenue for us, and that's the pressure on the marketplace that we think is going to help everybody. So we've been doing that through viral marketing, and we're still doing that at a very modest rate right now while we're working on our Series A raise, which I'll get to shortly. But this is another avenue. So we thought, originally when we conceived of the company, we thought, well, maybe laboratories are going to bulk upload data and sell it. The problem with that is that really doesn't give individual control to users, and that doesn't facilitate the creation of profiles that make the data actually valuable. In order for that to work, you really have to have individuals controlling their data, uploading it themselves, creating a profile, and then selling it on the platform, and of course making money in the process. So instead of doing bulk upload, what we conceived of was bulk invite. I've talked a little bit about this in the past, the idea that for personalized medicine, it's really going to become commonplace in the next few years for individuals to start to get guided medical input from their genetic tests. And this is a part of that process. It's also our view that companies who have self-insured health insurance plans, who are basically maintaining their own health insurance, are going to start looking at buying for their clients, their employees, genetic testing to help guide that precision medicine, to reduce costs in the long run, and improve healthcare at the same time. So we think that this is going to be a part of that. And this is how we think it's going to work. On our business portal, as a company with a self-insured plan, or maybe just because you're generous about your workers, you're going to be able to create a profile and then set a subsidy scale. So let's suppose you're offering genetic testing of whole genome testing, and you want to subsidize that 100%. You could choose to pay for each of your employees who signs up the full cost of that testing, and then they'll get the testing. Or you can set it differently. So we have a sliding subsidy scale. Perhaps you can't afford to buy the testing, but you want to offer the possibility for your clients, your customers, your employees, the ability to buy that testing themselves and to start to make money off of that, as well as to improve their healthcare. So it's conceivable that you could choose anywhere in this scale. So let's conceive that, and then you create an application, and then we get that to review. So as an admin, I'll have to take a look at the applications, view the applications, and then either approve them or not. Now, our customers who are applying for this role, this sort of customer admin or employee admin, to provide the ability to invite their employees for getting tests, are going to have to meet our criteria. They have to be actual companies. We're going to do some due diligence. And then we're going to hook them up with anyone. We're going to offer them the ability to get those tests from any one of our number of our testing partners. And there's a few more that'll be coming as well. So as you know, it's 23andMe, Sano, and Genomics Personalized Health right now. But there's a couple of, not Sano, but Viazoy. revealed the lead there. So we expect to also be working with companies like Sano and others. I'll talk about that shortly. In any case, I'll see these applications, or whoever's reviewing the applications is going to look at them and either accept them or decline them with some commentary as to why. And then we're going to be able to see the orders that are coming in, and those orders are going to get processed. That part of the system is not hooked up yet, but those orders are going to get processed and go out to the companies that are providing the tests. Individuals will get the orders. They're going to see an email that shows they've made their order and that it's been sent to a testing company. And then they're going to be able to get that test, have a unique token associated with that test, and then they'll get the data downloaded to them from the testing company, and then they'll have a button where they can upload it directly to the gene chain and create a profile. So we think that by encouraging the sort of bulk invite, employers are going to have a way to be able to bring a bunch of new users onto our system in conjunction with us, and to enable their customers, their employees, their clients to be able to get testing and reduce healthcare costs over time, as well as get data moving into research, which is what our product is primarily meant to do. And then they'll be sent to this page once they get that data, and they click on the gene chain link, and they'll upload the data and create a profile and hopefully start to sell it. So that's a preview of that functionality. We're doing some final touches to that, and we'll be releasing that sometime in October. And then, of course, we also get the benefit of having the Microsoft Store as a mechanism for helping us to bring in those employer users onto our system. So they'll be able to go to the Microsoft Store, see this product, and then sign on and become a client of ours through our portal. Okay. So that's exciting. A couple other things that are going on. We've been part of the New Chip Accelerator this past quarter. The expo for that is going to be October 7th through October 11th. It's invite only. You have to be an accredited investor because this is an equity investment round. But if you're interested in joining that, if you are an accredited investor and want to take part in that accelerator, expo, you can go to the New Chip website and sign up. Oh, that's all part of our Series A round. I also have an upcoming pitch in DC in November for as part of that round to an angel group there, and a couple others in the pipeline. So I'm working on all those. That Series A round is really geared to getting money for advertising. So although we have data coming in from the TPA network deal, which I've talked about in the past, by the way, that TPA network deal is going to have employers using this B2B site. So that's also part of that. I'm also, working on other mechanisms in which there's going to be oncoming data, and I can give you some hints about that. So we still expect the TPA research project, the research consortium, to be bringing in about 100,000 users over time, and that's going to be a significant long-term mechanism by which we get basically free users. Again, all coming in through this because that research consortium is meant to study the efficacy of employers offering genetic testing to their users. Another mechanism is active studies. So that's actually proven to be very interesting to a number of companies. The first one we're really working with is Sanogenetics. I've put out some messages on our Telegram and Discord groups about that because we have some very interesting studies going on. So you need to make sure you've uploaded your data and filled in your profile. This one is actually very interesting. I wanted to bring it to your attention. If you you'll be getting a note in through a survey if you fit the criteria for this study, and then you sign up here on their site, which will also be linked in that survey request. We have so far about 6 of our 800 users who fit these criteria. So they're looking. This is sort of a rare genotype study, but you can read a bit more about it. I've put that link also on our Telegram and Discord. But this is also going to be a way we're going to see users coming in, knowing that there's going to be purchasers for this data. So you wonder who's buying data? Well, here's a clue. Another thing I announced on our Telegram and Discord is the launching of our private DEX. So this is meant really to overcome some of the problems associated with the fact that in the past, exchanges like Cryptopia and others have delisted us or have failed in other ways. You know, the whole cryptocurrency exchange sphere is full of issues right now. So to overcome this, to make sure we can always maintain a flow of DNA for use on the platform, we worked with Fabrics.io to create this private DEX where people can place orders and fulfill orders. It works very simply in association with your MetaMask account. If you haven't had a chance to try it, please do. Again, the link has been posted in Telegram and Discord, and we'll be updating our website to reflect this as well. There's also a buy now feature, which allows people to quickly buy DNA right from the DEX, as long as there's order posted. Now, for now, we're doing the market making, but we'll be working on the long term with other potential avenues for ensuring buy and sell side market making here. So there's always a steady supply and demand for the coin. Now, a couple other initiatives I wanted to touch on that are exciting for us involve companies that are doing studies or working on products in especially the developing world, where this really promises to bring data flow through the system. I'm going to just show you a couple websites for now, but I'll talk more about these companies once we sign deals. Right now we have MOUs, but they're not necessarily data deals yet. We're discussing the options and hoping we can come to some agreements. But they offer options where there's going to be a really large amount of data that we'll be able to help monetize in order to bring the wealth of genetic data to people in the developing world, which is really one of the major reasons we started the company. So this is a company we're talking to, CTI Africa. They're interested in exploring options for using the Gene Chain Association with their work there on medicine and mobile applications. We're also talking with people at EdgeCase AI who are interested in similar issues. They're an AI company dealing with large volumes of data, but obviously genomic data would be very interesting for them. So we're talking with them. Again, I'll tell you more about those. I'm excited to see where those discussions lead, but all of it is right now in flux, and but very promising and interesting. There's a couple others that I haven't mentioned that have just begun recently as well. But what's interesting about all of these is that people are looking out, asking, who can fulfill some of these questions, who can ensure the monetization ability for genetic data at this time. And really, there's nobody else who's able to monetize it like us. Our primary competitors, who we've viewed to be Nebula and Luna, have really veered off in different directions. And they're not really able to offer what we can do right now and what we've been doing since November of 2018, where people are able to take their data and monetize it directly, make money off it, and then use that money. So they're reaching out to us. Companies are finding us, seeing us as one of the featured players in this sphere, and we're quite confident that the data is going to be there, and it's been flowing already. So now we're actually up to about 180 transactions on the gene chain. We've had 1,100 users join our system. We continue with the small-scale viral marketing, but once we close our Series A round, we'll really ramp that up and increase those numbers, even with the numbers we expect from these other deals. So that's been a lot that's been going on. We've been managing that development effort and all those business development efforts, but I wanted to talk about upcoming speaking engagements. One is the Blockchain Health Summit in New York, October 15th through 17th. I'll be speaking there, and it's a pretty great group of people I'm joining. I'm very pleased and honored to be on this program. And some of my friends and our collaborators, et cetera, are going to be there as well. I'm also going to be speaking at this event. It's a giant event, it's called, and it's in London. Again, it's a very interesting event. It's not specifically on blockchain. It's on digital health, and I'm honored and pleased to be part of that agenda as well. So that's where we are. If you have any questions, I'm going to be allowing for comments in this YouTube video, so please post them in the comments section. We've had to shut down some of our interactivity on our Telegram and Discord communities due to cyber stalking and abuse by some people involved there, but I continue to post updates, and I'll keep you all informed, and then in the YouTube video for this, I'm happy to answer any comments or questions you might have. So thank you again. As more develops, more substantive and interesting things develop, for instance, the launch of our B2B product, I'll definitely give you a thorough update and walk you through it in more depth. But thank you so much, and have a great day.